Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Diego here in Colombia, South America, on Independence Day, July 20th, 2022. Now, Colombia is a constitutional republic like the United States. So, if you're an American and you want to live kind of the same way you live in the United States, but in Colombia, and at half the price, then you'll feel right at home in Colombia. Now, Colombian Independence Day is today, July 20th, and Colombians celebrate the day, which marks the day in 1810. Residents of Bogota, right here in Bogota, began protesting in the streets against Spanish rule. Just like the British didn't like just like the Americans didn't like the British controlling them, Colombians didn't like the Spanish controlling them. And today, this national holiday celebrates the country's independence from Spain. And this holiday has got such a global reach, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's a global celebration. We celebrate Independence Day on July 4th. Colombia celebrates Independence Day on July 20th. And in 1991, Colombia did, in fact, to some extent, copy the U.S. Constitution. Now, because of the massive migration of Colombians throughout the world, I mean, there are thousands of Colombians that are expats that live in the United States. On this day, Independence Day, there are many parties all around the world, especially in Miami and Los Angeles and other large Colombian areas of residency. Now, when the Spanish, when they first arrived in Colombia in 1499, they founded their first settlement in 1510, right here in Colombia. However, King Charles III and the Spanish government insisted that the colonies could only trade with Spain, which limited their growth. So Colombia was forced into a sole source supplier, Spain. And that didn't go over too well with the folks living in Colombia. So, in 1808, Napoleon Bonaparte, the short French dude, invaded Spain and then imprisoned King Ferdinand the Seventh. And most parts of Spanish America, including New Granada, now Colombia, went to Napoleon's brother, Joseph Bonaparte. So Colombia used to belong to Napoleon Bonaparte's brother, which is French, after they attacked the Spanish. So after a year, Camilo Torres Tenorio of New Granada wrote about repeated Spanish offenses against natives. And, you know, it wasn't a good time. It wasn't a good period in the history of Colombia. So for months leading up to July 20th, 1810, there was insurrection. There were declarations of military governments, and it was not just in Bogota, it was across many regions of Colombia. And the political climate got very hot, to say the least. And people predicted that Bogota, being the central financial hub of the country, wouldn't put up with this much longer. And the folks who are called the Criollos, are those of Spanish descent who were born in Colombia, wanted to make sure that the uprising started in Bogota, the capital city. So they hatched a plan involving, of all things, a flower pot. So on the morning of July 20th, some Criollos, who are Spanish-born Colombians, visited a prominent local businessman, Jose Gonzalez Lorente, to ask him if they could borrow a flower pot to give to a fellow Criollo, a fellow Spanish Colombian. It was a small request, but they assumed that Mr. Lorente would refuse. And according to local legend, he did refuse. And the Criollos had to steal the flower pot, and they smashed it to the ground, smashing it into pieces, which in turn incited the riots in Bogota that led to the formation of the People's Junta. However, with all this heated political stuff going on, it wasn't until 1819 that Colombia became a republic, formally gaining independence from Spain. Now here are some facts about Colombian Independence Day celebrations. Celebrations are global. There are Colombians living all over the world. And Colombian Independence Day is an occasion for celebration among expats or Colombians who live in foreign countries. Los Angeles, like I mentioned before, has the biggest Colombian Independence Day celebration in the United States. California is home to the largest Colombian expat population in the United States. So every year they have a world famous festival called Colombiana, which is basically a massive party featuring live bands, DJs, etc. And it's a great opportunity to sample some delights of Colombian food at mom and pop stores. Colombian food excuse me, is very popular during Independence Day. Well, it's popular during the whole year, but on Independence Day there's an abundance of Colombian food. And people celebrate, they prepare the traditional beverages such as the bandeja, the peza, ajiaco, or agua panela. Independence Day in Colombia is one of many national holidays, and Colombia has more national holidays, more public holidays than the United States or any countries in Europe. So Colombians like to party. Just kidding. Colombia celebrates 18 public holidays in a calendar year, and Colombian Independence Day today is the biggest. So we're going to look out the window, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of fireworks shooting up into the sky as we gaze across the vista in our apartment in Bogota. Only 2 countries in the world have more public holidays than Colombia. That is Sri Lanka and India. Now, the Lorentes House is in Plaza Bolivar in Bogota. It's a place to go visit. It's a very historic place. It's where basically Colombia began its road to freedom and independence from Spanish rule. And it was all over a flower pot, which was pre-planned. And it's a popular place to visit. So everybody, to my Colombian friends, I wish you happy Independence Day. Have a fantastic rest of the week, and see you in Colombia.
Mm-hmm.